Here we go. Is it recording now? No, but it's recording right here. All right, so let's take a look at the original form, like right here, and you can see that it's more rounded, right? So what, I mean, the accurate, efficient worker I am, I'm not going to be satisfied with this until I get a more rounded shape. Okay, so you can keep adding and then keep refining the shape, but one rule I want you guys to keep in mind with Maya modeling or any 3D modeling is the more vertices you have, the more work it is for you. Okay, so you want to keep it as low poly as possible. Meaning for tonight's homework, okay, you're going to be asked to create, you're going to be asked to model your vehicle. So what I want you to do is not smooth your vehicle yet. Okay, I want you to keep it low poly so that you can do less work. Eventually, you're going to want to smooth it, okay? But if you have it low poly in the beginning, it's going to give you less of a headache. Does that make sense for everybody? Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm just trying to create that circular shape, right? Okay, and then you can see what this looks like, smooth like that. Okay, I'm getting closer. Okay, so let's take a look at the measuring tools because I wanted to share that with you guys today. Okay. This is kind of in the way of this, so hold on. There we go. All right, so eventually you guys, you want to model things in accurate to life size, meaning if I was to model this USB hard drive, right? I want to model it at 6 inches by 4 inches or whatever it is. And the reason why it's important to be able to do that is because you might have certain settings in your Maya file that is accurate to world settings. For example, lighting. Maya is so intricate and so technologically advanced, you can actually import real light settings from the site. Like you can import numbers that are physically accurate to the dimensions and light properties of Earth. So then when you make a model, you want the model to be like you want the character to be 6 feet. You want the character to be sitting in a house with 12 feet ceilings and so on, okay? We're not gonna get there yet, but I'm just telling you guys that that's the norm. And you also wanna be accurate because you'll be importing files, like let's say this hard drive, into an environment file that's also physically accurate. You might be working in a team where everything has to be feet or everything has to be inches. So you just have to know how to do it, right? And the way to do it is this. It's really easy, okay? You want to be in an orthographic view. When I say orthographic or ortho, it means 2D views. So this is a 3D view because it has the Z-axis. The perspective view is a 3D view, okay? This is an orthographic, this is an orthographic, this is an orthographic. Because you can't revolve around. You only have right here the Y and the X, right? And this is Y and X right here, you see. All right, so let's say I need this to be like, what's the real life size of this tiny thing? Or even this sword. Maybe the sword is about like that. So how many inches is that? Roughly 8 inches? 8 inches, okay? So there's two things. First, let's see. The new tool that you guys are going to use is called the Create Measure Tools Distance Tool. Okay? Create Measure Tools Distance Tool. And when I let go, okay, and I'm going to click on here. Oh, it's going to give me this like crosshair. Okay? I'm going to go to the bottom of my object. I'm going to click. And I'm going to go all the way to the top of my object, and I'm going to click. Now it's going to give me the units. It's almost 20 units, right? It's actually almost 20 units of this grid, but I don't know what unit I'm working in. Okay, so if I go into Window, Setting Preferences, this preferences is where your entire software preferences resides. Okay, we've gone here before, but let's take a quick look at it again. Right, it has interface, display options, and under settings, it has animation, time slider. You can make it real time, 24 frames per second. You can set your undos to infinite, or finite is 50 undos. I like infinite because I make a lot of mistakes. And I want to be able to undo everything. Yeah, you save it right here.
I know, but my settings always set it.
Really? I don't know. You should be able to save it as long as it's the same computer. It should take.
Yeah, I can save all the time.
Really? I'm not sure why. Okay. Oh, it's working better? Okay, good. What did you do? Okay, good. Reinstalling could help. Okay, so I'm going to go to the settings. Okay. And I'm going to go to linear inch. Okay. Here, if you're more comfortable with centimeter, you can use centimeter too. Okay. We live in a world where only the US has inches. Where you are? Actually, I don't know if US is the only one that uses inches. Maybe Britain? No, Britain uses centimeters. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go to inches because that's what we're familiar with, okay? And save. Oh, but it was centimeters. Okay, so it was set to centimeters, which 19 centimeters is probably around 7 or 8 inches, actually. So you were right on without even trying. Okay, so if I go to inches, you're going to notice that the grid changes. And actually, your units change too. Hey, it's 7.77, so it's almost 8 inches. Good job. All right, so the other thing that goes hand in hand with this is your grid settings. So if you go to Display Grid Options, you're going to see a couple things. First is length and width. It's going to show me 100 units, which means it's a big grid. Woo, right? 100 units by 100 units, okay? That's showing me 100 inches by 100 inches, okay? Grid line every 1 inch, and subdivision, I didn't ask for any subdivisions. This is if you want like 1/4 of an inch, okay? Some people like to work with like, hey, I just want a grid line every 5 units and subdivisions every 5. So then you get something like this. If you change your subdivision line color to like purple or something, now you get you get grid line every 5 inches, the gray grid line, and you get a subdivision every 5, so you get blue for every inch, right? It's really up to you how you want to work. If you reset it, it goes like this. Smaller grid, okay? And so you can change it however you want. I don't like having 2 colors because I think, I don't know, I just like it kind of traditional like this. So And I like to just keep it simple like this, okay? But it's up to you. All right, so do you guys understand how to do the measuring tool? Okay, so I'm gonna just stop the recording for a second.